I feel like I'm not really in frame. Let me know if I move out of frame. Good morning, YouTube. I'm Tara. Welcome to the Daily Nail. Gonna get going on a mani. Once I popped off my dip, I was like, wow, I really have to replace these tips. But I didn't have time to do a whole set, so I'm just gonna use them as they are and hope it works out. Gonna do a cosmic nails manicure today. In the mood for something blue. So she has a really cool denim collection. So we're gonna use a couple dips from that and also one of her nail wraps. I'll show you. I have two different designs, two different styles of denim nail wraps. They're really cool. They look like denim. There we go. All right. These right here. This one just looks like plain pair of jeans, faded jeans. And then I have this one here, which has flowers on it, so it's like a printing. So, maybe I should. No, this will work. Okay. One of her dips is like almost like a one of the dips in the collection is like it looks almost like a stone washed denim, but it has glitter in it too. It's really pretty. But I'm not going to use that one today. So I'm just pulling up the live. Here it is. Okay. Hi, Patty. Hey, Laura. Everything okay? Where were you yesterday? Hi, Aaliyah. How are you guys today? I don't know if you heard me, but like my nails really need to be redone. But it would have been too much work, and I don't feel like doing it right now. I didn't have time to do it before the live. I didn't think they were this bad till I popped off my dip. But hopefully, once the dip's on, it won't be so noticeable. But like, look at my pinky. How much of it is grown out? See that? My index finger too. My ring finger. All of them. So I stayed awake for all of Lori Vallow's trial yesterday. But it goes so slow. I forgot. Like I a lot of times I'll watch Grizzly Crime and she cuts out. She'll like show the court. She'll do it like a day behind, or she'll start in the afternoon. So she edits out all parts where they're doing nothing or they're consulting each other or there's a sidebar or a break or whatever. So I felt like, I don't know, this trial though, they're saying it's going to be like 5 weeks long. So. Oh, you had a hair appointment. Did you tell me that? Can't remember. I thought you just had a hair appointment like last week. Didn't you? Oh, is that like last month? Maybe it was last month. So these are the two dips I picked out. I didn't dig them out. Ooh, this one's open. Out of this on the swatches, but this is a blue shimmer. It's called Levi. This is part of the Denim Diamonds and Lace collection. And this is a white one called Flawless. It has mica in it and also silver glitters, like in diamond shapes. And then I think there's also silver tinsel glitters in there, but you can see the mica on the top. It's gorgeous, this dip. So I knew I wanted to use this one. And if I can find it real quick, I probably can't. I could show you. There's this one is part of the collection, True Blue Beauty. And then what's this one? Blue Jeans Baby. Those are both part of the collection. And there's the other one. Oh, I really wanted to show you guys because this is part of the collection, Antique Lace. Oh, here it is, Mom Jeans. So, all right. This might be the whole collection. I might have it all. So I showed you Flawless. I showed you Levi. True Blue Beauty. Right here is a blue solid, but it's like a lighter shade of blue. Mom Jeans is pretty cool. I like this one. It's light blue with pink reflections in there. Can you see those? I don't know, but that one's really pretty. Then Blue Jeans Baby. This one is a glitter, blue and silver. There's a couple shades of blue actually in it. And then silver. An Antique Lace, which is like a cream color. And I dropped the lid. It scared me. Like I was gonna drop the jar. It's got silver shimmers in it. See those? Can you see them? Really pretty off-white. So, but I'm going to use Levi, the shimmer. I like that shade of blue, and although maybe True Blue Beauty would work better because I was thinking about using this. Antique Lace would probably go better too. Yeah. Let's switch it up because honestly, if I'm telling the truth, I've used this combination before. I mean, I was going to probably use it differently. I didn't know how I was going to use it, but let's use these. I don't think I've ever used these three dips here. So Antique Lace and True Blue Beauty we'll use. And we'll use this denim thing. So, all right. I'm going to do Antique Lace on my index and middle. We'll do the wrap on the ring. And it's on white. I'm just going to put it right over my nail. And then we'll do the thumb and the pinky with the blue. Does that sound okay? Should I put... No, I don't need to put dip on it. Unless it rips, I would want something like blue underneath. Yeah, let's put some blue on. We'll put blue underneath it. Okay. Happy One Color Wednesday, guys. I love this dip so much. It's so pretty. The iridescence, the flashes of color, gorgeous. This is the one we did yesterday on the live. This is Lolly from CN Designer Dips. She's available now. All right. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I remember you had a dentist appointment, but didn't we recently talk about your hair? And I was like, "Are you getting a cut in color?" We were talking about it, like in like DMs. How are you, Michelle? I'm doing a cosmic nails, Manny. I feel like that message was intended for me. Did you see it? All right, let's start. We're going to use dip liquids. And like I said, we're going to put antique lace on our middle and index fingers. Okay, let's pour over. Okay. This is a cool color. I like it. All right, and then we're going to do the index finger too. I haven't been in any Instagram chats in days. I got some Orly polishes, their new collection, but they're lacquers, and so I don't really want to do it on a live because then I just gotta sit here while it dries, you know? Like, what am I gonna do while it dries? All right, let's brush these off. Okay. Let's do layer number 2 of antique lace. Favorite Cosmic Nails if you use code Tara10 if it still works. You doing okay? But she said she sent stuff out, and I haven't. So I don't know what she's talking about. And I put that on there. I said, I haven't gotten anything from you since before Christmas. So I was coming out, and I'm supposed to be getting everything, and I haven't even heard from her. The last time I talked to her, I reached out to her. You know what I mean? She hasn't. So I didn't know what was even going on. Oh, migraine. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have anything you can take for it, Michelle? I get a prescription from my doctor every month for 10 Fioricet, which is this barbiturate called buprenorphine. No, wrong one. No, not bupropion either. That's a different drug. What's it called? Butalbital. And it also has acetaminophen and caffeine in it. And if that doesn't take away my whole headache, I'll take some after, like after 45 minutes or an hour. Okay. All right. Got to do 2 layers and we have full coverage, so that's good. I can help you out, Michelle. All right, so we're going to put blue on other nails. Gosh, this pinky's so grown out. Oh, here comes the garbage truck. It's Wednesday, so it's trash day. This is a really cute collection. I like it because it like has it represents like all different types of denim, you know what I mean? Like Levi is a darker color blue. This is like your normal blue jean, and then you got like the stone washed color. It's just cool. I was gonna use a duo from last year, a BBB with a pink fuzzy dip. It's an Easter one. Maybe I'll use it again, use it before Easter. But I was really in the mood for blue today. Okay, I'm gonna do our thumb. Part of my jelly tip's missing over on the side of my finger. Not this side, this side. I'm just gonna go over it. Okay. I didn't go over it very well the second time because part of the base dried and I didn't get dip on some of my nail. All right, let's do layer number 2 and we will lay flat. What's everybody saying? Oh, you Broby? I was just showing it, Michelle. I think I have all of them. I have 6 dips. I think I have the whole collection. So I'm using, hold on, True Beauty and Antique Lace today, and I'm going to use one of the wraps. I'm going to use this one. Okay, there we go. Oh, Leah, what are you doing? You're quiet. Leah. So I wanted to ask you, Aaliyah, you still here? I wanted to ask you something, but I don't know how you'd feel about it. Let me know if you're still here. Oh, Jolene's not here, huh? She's probably sleeping. She must be asleep. Oh, you are, Leah? Okay. So, for a while from Nogu, I was getting the bracelet of the month club and Nick was paying for it, right? But he told me that I had to cancel it, right? Well, he was going to cancel it. It was in his name and he never canceled it. So he's been getting 2 bracelets every month and just sending them back and getting refunded. Well, last month he never sent them back. Not in time or whatever. So he has them. And so he gave them to me, but they're brand new. They still got the tags on them. And I was wondering if like you would be interested in those ones. Like I'll send you both of them. But the only thing is they're not mermaid glass. Hold on, let me go. I'll get them though. They are glass. All right. This is how they came in this pouch right here. It's like a suede type thing. I don't know what kind of what they're called. It doesn't say on here what type of glass it is, but it's a new kind, some kind of like cat eye type thing. Like this, like it moves, like the center of it, you can see a line and it moves when you tip it. Yeah, on this one too. So this is a pink, a light pink, and then this one's white. Hi, Janet. But if you don't like them and you have one picked out, then I totally understand if you don't want them. I was just saying because, you know what I mean. I wanted to just offer them up to you. Yeah, Nick never canceled my bracelet subscription, so he's been getting the bracelets. I didn't even know until he told me about this last week. He's been getting the subscription of 2 bracelets every month and then sending them back and getting refunded instead of going and cancel. You have to call to cancel, you know what I mean? And he hasn't done it. No, I don't want them, Aaliyah. I want to get you a bracelet. You know what I mean? I just figured I would offer these to you because like I have them and it would, like money's been like so much tighter that I feel bad how long it's taking me to get you on, and who knows when it, like at least like I have these now and I can mail them to you, ship them to you, but only if you like them, you know what I mean? If you, they're heavy, they're not cheap. And like I said, they have the tags still on them. I don't want them. I want a moissanite tennis bracelet. That's what I want. I'm sending them to you anyway. All right, that means I'm sending them to you. I don't care anymore, even if you say no. I'm sending them. I hope you'll wear them, and if not, then give them to your mean family. Unless it costs me more to send them to you than it would just to buy a bracelet. Okay. I'm going to put one more layer just. I'm going to do a third layer on my pinky and thumb. It's a little patchy in areas. I don't care about the ring finger because we're going to put the wrap over it. But it doesn't even look patchy on the ring finger. And thumb. Michelle, is Ubrelvy or Ubrelvy? Is that one that prevents migraines, or how does that work? Or do you take it when you get a migraine? See, I have issues because I get migraines and they make me nauseous, you know what I mean? And I start vomiting and and then it's like my stomach spasms so much and everything that I just get ridiculous nausea, and then I have like uncontrollable vomiting and I become dehydrated, and I would end up in the emergency room often, a couple times a year, to get fluids and get some medication to stop my vomiting. But ever since I went on the Fiorset, and then I also have nausea medication, Zofran, that I take, and I haven't had to go to the ER ever since I started doing that for myself. You take it when you get it. Blue cat eye? Do they have like a silver stripe? Or is it like regular cat eye, Aaliyah? Or is it like the 9D cat eye? Let me grab some Cosmic here. Okay. Yeah, it does stink that Lori Vallow's trial doesn't start until like 1:30 in the afternoon here. And then they're always late. Did you watch any of it yesterday, Janet? It was so slow. I watched, but it was slow. Patty, what are you doing? You're quiet. Laura, that was so nice of you to buy some nails from Britt. I want to buy a set from her too. I'd love to support her. I just don't have the money to. I'm sure they're not cheap either. Everybody was saying yesterday, Laura, how you're such a good friend and you're so supportive. And we all agreed. All right. Okay. Now we can activate. Oh wow, Janet, really? Till 2, huh? Yeah, she is, right? You're a very good friend, Lara. We're lucky to have you. Tara, are you here? Never know if she's here or not. Oh. And Michelle, did you get your stuff from CND yet? I need more app. I think this is empty. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Got a different bottle of activator. There we go. Hi, Tara. Oh, you are here. You just got here? Welcome. Welcome to the Daily Nail. Happy One Color Wednesday. I'm doing my little, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here. It's my rah-rah dance. All right. So I am using dips from the Denim Diamonds and Lace collection from Cosmic Nails, Tara. Antique Lace and True Blue Beauty are the names of these dips. And then we're going. Oh God, I should. My tips are growing out. It looks bad. We're gonna put one of these on the nail. This wrap here. I have some striping tape. I pulled out some silver, but I don't. That was when I was originally going to use the other dip with the silver in it. All right. Just wait for these to cure, and then we can file. How pretty, right? Except for that cut right over my finger. I've been cutting myself a lot lately with files, and I must have forgot to season one. I try to always remember, and I think I do, but if you forget something, you forget. You don't remember, you forgot. You did, Michelle? Yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet. I didn't check the mail yet today, though. I don't get any type of a notification through my email or any of the shipping apps I have, so I can't track it. You know what I mean? I never know when it's coming or when it's going to get here. I don't know what I'm going to do about this now. Something about Susan Smith is starting on my TV. I think it's a documentary on her.
Welcome back to Crime A to Z, where we detail cases and criminals from their very beginning until well after other reporting ends. Today, we're diving deep into a case you very likely already heard of, the Susan Smith case. A mother, two young boys, a bold kidnapping, and tearless pleas for help broadcast across the nation. But as the days passed, the pieces were not fitting together. What was happening behind the scenes while the world was searching? What wild backstory and tangled motives?
Couple little bumps there. All right, that looks good. As good as it's going to look without a fresh tip.
Hold on tight while we unravel this case and the beyond cold-hearted woman behind it from A to Z. Let's go.
Just getting this acrylic off my skin. Fun times. Okay. Dominic's field trip is Friday. He's excited. I wish I could chaperone it. Museum of Science is fun. And the Boston one is nice. It's big. Providence doesn't have a Museum of Science. They have a children's museum. And so does Boston. And of course, Providence isn't nearly as good as Boston's Children's Museum. Like Providence is a city, but compared to like Boston, it's not a city, Not a real city. It's like where I live is a city, but not really. We don't have enough fun things to do to be considered to be a real city. You doing nails, Tara? You working on a set or multiple sets?
Susan told police she had been stopped at a red light at an intersection in Union, South Carolina, when a black man with a gun forced his way into her red Mazda. She claimed the man ordered her to drive for some time before making her stop on a rural road. Then, she said, he forced her out of the vehicle and drove off, taking her two sons. 3-year-old Michael and 14-month-old Alex still strapped in their car seats with him.
I was out there in their light, and just out of nowhere, this black guy comes up and he just opened the doors up in the car, and he had a gun, and he had a gun, and he told me to drive, and so I did. And
Looks good.
I asked him why he was doing this, and he was just told to shut up, so it scared me. So I just kept driving.
How is Jolene? I was saying, I'm like, oh, she's probably sleeping.
Panicked and disoriented.
Oh, you laying in bed, Tara? Good for you. You feel okay today?
The resident answered and quickly called 911.
You got yours Monday? All right, if I don't get mine today, then I should definitely let her know. Somebody else on the East Coast, you said, lost theirs? Got lost? Well, she can track it, right? She must be able to.
For the next 9 days, the entire nation was gripped by the heartbreaking ordeal of a young mother pleading for her children's safe return. 2 young children being abducted by a stranger had people on high alert. Roadblocks were set up and Amber Alerts were issued, while flyers with Michael and Alex's faces were posted in stores and gas stations. Investigators reviewed security footage, checked traffic cameras, and questioned witnesses. But no one had seen any carjacking that night. Authorities expanded their search across Union County and beyond. Countless officers, volunteers, and search dogs combed through rural roads and wooded areas. Lakes and rivers were checked, but nothing turned up. Helicopters scoured highways for any trace of the minor protege. Investigators also searched crime reports of similar incidents, but no cases matched Susan's story. The case quickly gained national attention. News networks broadcast Susan's pleas, and families across the country followed every update. If you had a TV on during that time, it was nearly impossible to avoid the coverage.
Okay.
Susan's face became a national image of a grieving mother, appearing on every major news station. News crews flooded Union, capturing every development. Local residents helped organize community searches, and businesses donated food and supplies for search crews.
At least this isn't easy to file, Annie. Yesterday was a little more work.
The FBI joined the investigation and since poured in as Susan's public pleas continued. But behind the scenes, investigators were starting to have doubts. Over the next few days, they kept pushing her, digging deeper with every conversation. They noticed that Susan's demeanor fluctuated. At times of this, she appeared distraught and emotional, but other times she seemed calm and detached, especially in private conversations with officers. One detective noted how Susan seemed almost giddy about one of her sit-down television interviews. Before it began, she turned to David wide-eyed and incredulous, as if excited about being on TV. Then, as soon as the camera started rolling, she shifted into her greeting mother persona. She was reveling in the spotlight. Meanwhile, 24-year-old David sat beside her, shell-shocked, his expression never changing. Officers also noted that Susan wasn't asking any questions about the search for her son. Parents of missing children usually wanted constant updates. What was being done? Have police checked new areas? Did they have any leads? But Susan was uncharacteristically passive, waiting for detectives to approach the phone rather than demanding answers. And when she was alone, her behavior was even stranger.
All right, let's buff. I have to switch back to my teal buffer because I can't stand that white one. Drive me nuts.
Officers weren't the only ones who noticed that her tearful pleas never seemed to produce any actual tears. And then there were the details of her story that didn't quite add up.
Okay.
The carjacker forced her to drive around for nearly an hour before making her pull over. But when police retraced her route, they found no witnesses, no security footage, and no evidence to support her timeline. And then there was the red light. Susan initially told police she had been stopped at a red light on Laurenville Road when the man approached her car. But late at night, the traffic lights were timed, so the red light crossed traffic and would not stay red for as long as she reported. And no one reported seeing a stranded woman
Brush
or
off.
the intersection. There was were no tire marks where Susan claimed she had been forced out of the vehicle and the assailant sped off.
Okay, I'm gonna clean these off and then I don't know if I should put sticky shit down on my nail for the wrap because once you put that wrap down, you like cannot move it. And if I have any wrinkles or anything, they're gonna, I don't think I'm gonna use it.
They started by re-interviewing her, asking her to go over her story again, slowly and in detail. Each time she retold it, the timeline shifted slightly. She could not remember exactly how long the carjacker had forced her to drive. She wasn't sure which direction she had been facing at the red light.
I'm debating here.
They had pushed her out of the car, yet there were no injuries or signs of a struggle on her.
What do you guys think?
She claimed the incident occurred.
Janet?
The more she talked, the more her story unraveled. So they had her undergo a polygraph test. 2 of them. She failed both of them. And while not
Ooh, I shouldn't leave this sitting over here, I guess. Like,
had something to hide. As the days passed, those polygraph
I
failures,
must.
along with inconsistencies in her statements, would get leaked to the public.
Got me all fucked, man. Failed it 2 times. And they cut on someone that.
Fully convinced that Susan was being truthful about the adventure, David,
all right.
telling her she was just failing the polygraphs because she was distraught from all that she had been through. He coached her on how to relax,
Scissors.
but he also noticed how she was more
I'm gonna go the long way.
she was
I think I'm gonna go the long
She
way.
was like the boys. But law enforcement saw things differently. With each passing day, detectives grew even more certain that Susan was lying. So they called her in for another interrogation. It had been 9 days since their boys had gone missing. And before her interview with police, she and David sat
Okay.
down that morning for what would end up being their
Pop
final
that in the water.
I think it takes a very sick and emotionally unstable person to be able to take 2 beautiful children.
Oh,
that
hi Kendra.
from their parents.
You made it. Hey, hit the like button for me, ladies. I'm glad you're here, Kendra. I was wondering about ya.
She pointed out that she could not have been stopped at the red light on Monarch Mills Road.
I'm doing a Cosmic Nails Mani with the Denim Diamonds and Lace collection. Remember this collection?
But even her backup story
I'm gonna do a wrap right now on my ring finger. Do you guys like this ring on my index finger? They're all connected. Look.
for a drug investigation, and that they did not see any carjacker.
See?
Her back was against the wall. Wells told Susan that he would have to go public with the truth.
I think it's cute.
The accusation had caused tension within Union's black community, and he couldn't allow the lie to stand.
I like it has mixed colors. You can get it silver gold with rose gold, all silver, all gold, just silver and gold, whatever you want. They have it. And then the little rings that connect it and everything. I'm not going to put anything down. I find if I put gel base down that it's more slippery for me. Just get out most of the water out of here though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this might be bad if I don't put anything down.
Susan agreed to give a written confession. She began carefully filling 2 pages. She wrote in rounded script.
I have like no water on here.
In her confession, she explained that she had originally planned to drive into the lake alone. But then she said she believed her children would be better off with God than they would be left behind without him.
All right.
She wrote,
I'm going to put down sticky shit and just hope it works. I know I've done it without anything before, but I think, I don't know, maybe, oh, I have done it with gel base before too.
But each time she pulled the parking brake before it could move forward. Then, standing outside the car and overcome with grief and desperation, she reached in one last time.
I just gotta be really careful.
She wrote, I was an absolute mental case. I couldn't believe what I had done. I never meant to hurt them. My children, Michael and Alex, are with our Heavenly Father now, and I know that they will never be hurt.
Really, Tara? See, I didn't even think of that.
Words could ever
it makes it more sticky because, all right, because I know like with gel top coat, if you wipe it with alcohol, it takes away the stickiness. With base, it doesn't take away the stickiness. I didn't know that. Hopefully we will get this on the first try.
Uncomfortable details began spilling out when detectives asked Susan why she did it. She admitted that it revolved around the contents of the letter. But to understand the letter and why it mattered so much, we first have to look back at the slow motion disaster that had been Susan Smith's life up until that point. Susan Lee Vaughn was born on September 26, 1971 in Union, South Carolina. When she was 6 years old, her father, Harry Vaughn, died by suicide. Her mother, Linda Vaughn, later married Beverly Russell, a local businessman and active member of the Christian Coalition. As a teenager, Susan reported that Beverly had sexually abused her, which he later admitted to. After high school, Susan took a job at Conso Products, a textile company in Union. It was there that she met David Smith and the two.
Okay, let me start trimming.
Susan was 19 years old. They got married. The marriage was unstable from the beginning. Both Susan and David were involved in extramarital affairs, and their relationship was marked by frequent arguments and
I don't think I.
Despite the turmoil, they had 2 children together.
The hell?
Michael in 1991.
All right, it's still tacky. Come on.
Financial struggles added to the couple's
Issues.
They lived in a modest home in Union, and while both worked, money was tight.
It's still sticky, but it's not staying. All right, there we go.
David separated multiple times, and in May 1994, they officially divorced. So despite appearing as a couple in front of the cameras, David and Susan had actually been legally divorced for months. And while they remained connected through their son,
All right, that's not working either. Let me put some gel base down. Let's try it.
she became involved with someone new. This new relationship.
It will be sticky without being slippery. All right, awesome. Let's try it. Thank you for the tip, Tara.
His name was Tom Findlay. He was the son of her boss at Conso. By all accounts, he was nothing like David. He came from a well-known local family and had the kind of wealth and status that Susan had always seemed to crave.
All right, let's try it.
By her own admission, Susan was also sleeping.
Wipe it with alcohol.
Which brings us back to her confession.
Every time I say alcohol during the live, I think of that song. Blame it on the alcohol song.
Several reasons he decided to end things with her. He outlined them all in a letter to her, stating in part, "You will without a doubt make some lucky man a great wife, but unfortunately, it won't be me. We come from 2 different backgrounds.
Okay.
Susan to avoid getting involved with married men.
Some rubbing alcohol.
Susan, I could really fall for you, but like I told you, some things are not suited for me. And yes, I'm talking about the children. I do not want children, and I don't want the responsibility of your children either.
Let it dry.
Kids are good kids, but it really wouldn't matter how good they may be. The fact is, I just don't want children. These feelings may change one day, but I doubt it." His final statement to her was, "You have to make your own decisions in life, but remember, you have to live with the consequences of those decisions." In her confession letter, Susan openly admitted that Tom's rejection was at the heart of her despair and her deadly decision.
All right.
She wrote, "I was in love with someone very much, but he didn't love me and never would." With her confession now on record, investigators formally placed Susan under arrest for 2 counts of murder. Before making any announcements or notifying family, authorities worked to confirm Susan's statements. They sent in divers to locate the submerged vehicle and the boys' bodies in John D.
Okay.
Using sonar equipment, they located a vehicle submerged about 122 feet from the shore, resting at 18 feet of water. As the car was pulled out, it became immediately clear that the 2 boys were still inside, strapped into their car seats just as Susan had described. Authorities at the scene visibly reacted, some turning away, others appearing emotional as the reality set in. Emergency personnel confirmed the deaths of Michael.
Trying to not get any wrinkles, so I'm just going slow, patting it, pressing. Wrinkles there. Okay.
Car doors were locked, reinforcing Susan's admission that she had intentionally left her sons trapped inside as the car sank. With the vehicle and bodies recovered, the case against Susan Smith.
All right, I'm going to take next.
The sheriff announced Susan's arrest, but by then her confessions had already been leaked to the media.
Shoot, I got a big wrinkle right here.
Susan's family found out that Susan had killed her own sons, the way the rest of the world did, on television.
Susan Smith has been arrested and will be charged.
There's just a wrinkle here, and there's nothing I can do to get it out.
Death of her children, Michael 3 and Alexander 14 months.
All right, let's
Susan Smith is being arraigned in Union, South Carolina this morning. She confessed to killing her two
I'm gonna use some acetone now to take off the rest of the wrap and see.
People who had prayed for Michael and Alex's safe return were now horrified. The town of Union, which had rallied behind her, felt
Hopefully that won't be too noticeable.
supported her during the search, turned against her. Some of her own family members even distanced themselves from her.
I just couldn't believe somebody could do that to their children.
Okay, let me get a little brush. This brush here.
The media frenzy exploded with
Pour a little acetone in. There we go. I actually poured a little this time instead of a whole bunch.
But the outrage wasn't just about what she had done. It was also about who she had blamed. For 9 days, Susan had let the country believe that a black man had kidnapped her children at gunpoint, stoking racial fears and leading to unwarranted suspicion cast on innocent people. Her lie hit especially hard in Union, a town with a long and complicated history of racial tension and division.
Okay.
But Susan's mother, Linda Russell, felt differently. She was furious at how the media portrayed her daughter, stating, "We wanted Susan tried in a court of law, not in the press. They have brutalized her. I think you all ought to be ashamed of yourselves." With Susan's statements on record and the physical evidence recovered, the full picture of her cold and calculated actions became clear. In the days leading up to the tragic night, people around 22-year-old Susan noticed something was off. Friends said she seemed troubled, but never explained why. Coworkers said she spoke confidently about Tom Findlay. On the afternoon of October 25th, after arguing...
All right, now I just gotta get the bottom of it and the side over here, but that's not a big deal.
Instead of heading home, she picked her boys up from daycare and spent the next several hours driving aimlessly around Union.
I messed it up. Looks like I got acetone on it right in here. I want to try and redo it. I'm going to redo it, you guys, because I think I can do better.
"Mommy, where are we going?" Susan did not answer. Susan released her car into the lake where it drifted away before sinking. Once she sent her sons to their deaths, Susan did not call for help. She did not run into the water. She simply turned and walked away. She climbed the boat ramp, made her way over to Highway 49, then ran about 100 yards to the nearest home with its porch lights on. She banged on the door and told the homeowners her fabricated story. In a quiet moment during her final interrogation, the agent asked Susan, "She had one wish. What would it be?" She replied, she wished that she had never told Tom Findlay about her affair with his father.
All right, let me try again with the base.
Susan Smith's trial began on July 10th, 1995, while the O.J. Simpson trial was still dominating national headlines. With the public already captivated by that high-profile
Try again.
Susan's trial became another media spectacle.
Hi.
News outlets rented out.
Oh yeah, I gotta cut the wrap too.
And the entire street leading up to the courthouse was lined with media trucks. A local skating rink was turned into a temporary hotel for reporters. Journalists even hid in trees and behind bushes, trying to capture any glimpse of those involved. The prosecution sought the death penalty, arguing that Susan's actions were premeditated. Their case focused on Susan's obsession with Tom Findlay and her desire to win him back. Forensic experts testified that the boys were alive and the car had
Okay.
water. Tests were conducted to determine how long it would take for the car to float and then sink.
Let's try again.
The experience from the boys' perspective. As the prosecution played the video of the car sinking reenactment, attempting to get it admitted into evidence, Susan and a paralegal were observed.
Oh, I need to wipe this off.
informants reinforced what law enforcement
Okay.
already suspected, that Susan's displays of emotions both before and after the crime were an act. The defense did not deny that Susan killed her children. Instead, they argued that she was mentally unstable. A psychiatrist testified that Susan
Yeah,
suffered from
base,
depression and
gel base cure, and then what? I wiped it with alcohol. Tara just said it will leave it sticky but not slippery, Jolene.
His son Tom Findlay, her stepfather Beverly Russell, and her ex-husband David Smith. Beverly Russell took the stand and admitted his abuse of Susan growing up and well beyond. After her arrest, he wrote her a letter expressing
Flash
his guilt,
cure helps?
suggesting that his actions contributed to what happened.
What do you mean, Michelle?
I want to tell you how sorry I am for letting you down as a father. Many believe my failure didn't have anything to do with October 25th, but I believe it did. I want you to know that you can't take the blame for this whole tragedy. The prosecution argued that Beverly Russell's testimony was an attempt to shift some of the blame away from Susan. Another detail entered into evidence was that Susan had placed her wedding dress and wedding album in the trunk of the car before it sank, possibly a symbolic act of burying her past along with her sons, but also a potential indication of her premeditation. The defense asked the jury to consider life in prison instead of the death penalty, claiming that Susan acted out of desperation, not cruelty. On July 22nd, 1995, after just 2.5 hours of deliberation,
Okay.
the jury found Susan guilty on both counts of murder. But instead of sentencing her to death, the jury recommended life in prison. This decision was largely influenced by testimony about Susan's
Oh no.
childhood trauma. However, at the time of her sentencing, a life sentence did not necessarily mean life behind bars. Under the law at the time, a life sentence meant that the defendant would be eligible for parole after 30 years. But jurors
There we go. Get that wrinkle out.
In fact, when the jury asked whether Susan would be eligible for parole, the judge instructed them to take a life sentence at its plain and usual meaning. The following year, laws changed to allow jurors to be informed about a defendant's parole eligibility. In the years following the loss of his sons, David Smith struggled to rebuild his life. He wrote a book sharing his story and pain called Beyond All Reason, My Life with Susan Smith. Some people saw the book as a way for him to process his grief.
Been a while since I've done a rap. Maybe that's why I'm so crappy at it today.
He remarried and divorced twice before marrying his current wife, Tiffany Smith. They have built a new life together, mostly staying out of the public eye. Susan's pattern of using people and relationships to get what she wanted continued once she was behind bars involving both prison staff and fellow inmates. In 2000, it was discovered that she had sex with a prison guard, who later served 3 months in jail for the relationship. Not long after, Susan became involved with Captain Alfred Rowe Jr., the head of security at the prison. According to Rowe, Susan would flirt with him, chat regularly, and like other inmates, even expose herself by dropping her towel as she passed him after showering. She also ratted out other inmates to gain his trust and get closer to him. Eventually, Susan offered him oral sex, which he accepted. Afterward, Rowe realized he had just broken the law and
Okay.
spent 10 years in prison. Soon after, rumors started circulating and Rowe suspected that Susan had turned him in. What he thought was a one-time no-strings encounter became a full-blown scandal. Rowe was arrested, lost his job, and was sentenced to 5 years probation and 400 hours of community service. He was also added to the
This is acetone I'm using here. Just eating away at it slowly.
He has been unable to find steady work since. He believes that Susan reported him to manufacture a scandal that would get her transferred to Leith Correctional Institution, a prison closer to her mother. In the end, Susan was indeed transferred, and Rowe lost everything. And Susan's relationships were not limited to staff. According to a former cellmate, Susan has also been in an ongoing romantic and sexual relationship with another female inmate who is black. An irony not lost on people familiar with Susan's original false claims about a black man carjacking her. When Susan was in an argument with one
Okay, we're almost done.
overheard Susan tell the woman, "I killed my f***ing kids. Do you think I care about yours?" That former cellmate named Christy used to serve as Susan's guppy, acting as a lookout during Susan's sexual encounters, helping her obtain drugs and covering for her. At one point, Susan apologized to Christy for a close call that Christy had while covering for her. To reassure her, Susan promised to give her $300 the next day as a thank you, a huge amount to be exchanging behind bars, but a trivial amount for Susan. which leads to Susan's financial situation. According to Christie, money talks, and Susan Smith
Shoot,
had a lot of
the very bottom, I cut it too short, you guys.
long-serving inmate, Susan has a lot of power behind bars. Christie commented that if she were released, Susan could live the rest of her life with the money she's got. As for where she got so much money,
I don't really like this either.
financial support from people.
Plus, the bottom of it is open. You can see it.
She received so many messages
Yeah, there's a couple wrinkles.
attention that the site eventually removed her
God
profile.
damn it.
But Susan still
It's coming off
received
again.
an endless flow of money from strangers to men she met online, and even a documentary.
I'm gonna have to file it off.
Money into a prison account in exchange for information, a violation that led to disciplinary action in 2024. At one point, a man who had fallen for Susan's bait claimed to give her over $200,000 upon her release. One former admirer.
This time, I'm gonna do it with the sticky shit. It's gonna be the last wrap I have like this, so hopefully it works.
You loved her, but after finding out she was communicating with other men, he determined she probably didn't love him.
I still got stuff on my nail, but whatever.
After serving 30 years in prison, Susan became eligible for parole in November 2024.
I just gotta make sure I let it fully dry. I didn't let it dry all the way before.
To her fellow inmates, no one believed that she had been rehabilitated or deserved release.
Alright.
At her hearing, she cried.
Here we go. One more time. If I mess this up, we have these ones.
First of all, I want to say how very sorry I am.
It's okay, Susan.
Please tell me I didn't just cut that too much.
Just talk with us.
I know, but I knew it was hard.
Hopefully it'll be alright.
And I would give anything if I could go back and change it.
Jeez, I thought this was gonna be a short live, but I'm making it so much longer.
Drugs or alcohol the night that she
No,
murdered
not
her
yet.
children? No, ma'am, I was not. Your attorney talked about working with mental health. Is that helpful to you?
Oh, it's easier to work with if it's warm, you mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. When I first put it on, usually the wrap will be cold, but as it warms up to my hand, it gets easier. So warm water, huh?
Is that something that you would be willing to continue with on the outside if you were granted parole? Yes, ma'am.
Susan's traumatic display of emotion does not at all match the straightforward, neutral line of questioning. Her exaggerated reaction just doesn't fit the moment.
Ms. Smith, your crime took a lot of resources from the law enforcement community. What, if anything, would you say to the folks who worked so hard to find your children if you had the opportunity to speak to them today? That I'm sorry that I put them through that. I really, really am.
Excuse me.
I had to find them. I wish I could take that back. I really do. I didn't lie to get away with it.
All right, let's see if we can do this.
I was just scared. I didn't know how I could tell them, the people that loved them, that they would never see them again. I didn't know how I could tell David he couldn't see his son again. And I'm sorry. I don't know. I know that's not enough. I know it's not, but I don't know. It's just
Why is it not sticking?
I really do.
Many noticed that Susan's
Am I now wet?
that despite the constant tissue gathering and sniffles, it was nearly identical material speech she had made to the nation 30 years earlier.
What do you think is the most important thing that you have learned while you've been incarcerated?
Look, it's not.
But it's
I'm losing my mind.
that forgiveness and love, that family is important, and that decisions we make not just affect us, they affect the people that we love, and not to take things or people for granted.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell us today that wasn't in your packet or that has not already been said?
I would just like to say that I am a Christian, and God is a big part of my life, and I know He has forgiven me, and it is by His grace and mercy that, and I have a lot of faith, and I live by that every day. And I just ask that you show that same kind of mercy as well. I guess, yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
David Smith attended the hearing and reminded the parole board that this was not a tragic accident, but a deliberate act. The
Okay.
parole board unanimously agreed. Susan's parole was denied with
All
a
right.
history of manipulative behavior and prison infractions weighing heavily in their decision. It was reported that Susan was devastated by the result. She remains incarcerated at Lee Correctional
Let's try again.
Her next parole hearing is scheduled for November 2026. Few believe that much will change by then. In the end, one thing has stayed the same. Susan Smith has always looked out for Susan Smith.
Let's trim that.
To her manipulation behind bars, every move she's made has been self-serving. But what do you think? Could there be a chance she has changed? Should parole ever be an option for someone who did what she did? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed it,
Oh, fingers crossed this works, you guys.
like and subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Well, my name is Mike, and in this little video, we are looking at a very bizarre story. Though bizarre is quite the understatement.
Getting there.
A man believed he was a prophet and trapped his family in a secluded room in a secluded house for a decade, documenting everything and telling them they were the only people left alive. It was a family of ghosts, and that house, it was a house of horrors.
All right, this is gonna work. Ooh, that chapter just came on. Anybody watch that chapter on YouTube with Mike? It's a good show. He does true crime, like in 20-minute videos. You know what I mean? Some videos are longer than others, but generally they're about 20 minutes.
There's a lonely village in the Netherlands, far from anywhere you ever would have heard of. It's surrounded by farmlands and fields, and in that small
Oh,
village,
that's water.
people, they had their theories. See, on the edge of town, down a dark dirt road with thick trees on either side, lay a farmhouse. No one knew what went on in that farmhouse, so all the local
Okay, we're getting there. Yay.
A serial killer, perhaps? The house was down this, like, the remotest of the remote part of town. It's surrounded by these very tall fences, so there's no way to get in. There was even security cameras at various points around the place, and anytime somebody tried to even get close to it, how's it going, neighbor? This man would come up and immediately send them on their way. It seemed like this was less of a house and more of a fortress. But whether it was to keep people in or keep people out, no one knew. The only thing that the locals did know was that every single day for the past 9 years, this older man
Pain in my butt. But I got it. I'll beat you, rap.
Nobody knew anything about him, much less even his name, and he seemed very content
Okay.
to keep it that way. But what was really going on in that house would not only shock the locals, it would shock the real country. The horrifying secret would only be revealed, strangely enough.
I do have a couple wrinkles in it down at the bottom, but
They passed the line. You can stop in there for a beer and a bite. And late one Sunday in 2019.
all right.
Let's
Close this up. Taking this to the kitchen to wash it.
It's generally pretty quiet around then, as you can imagine. Folks, up early for work the following Monday morning, and so as he was getting ready to start closing up the place, there's only a handful of people in the quieter corners of the bar, and even they were starting to finish off their last drinks,
Okay.
put on their coats.
Alrighty. So let's top coat this first with gel. Use Cosmix 2-in-1 gel top coat here.
Whoever this lad was, he had to stop himself from saying, "Oh, bar is closing," because he just had a really weird feeling that whoever this man was, he immediately put you on edge. There was something off, seriously off about whoever this guy was. This is a quiet town, essentially in the middle of nowhere. Every person who is not a regular sticks out, but this guy was more than that. He was in his mid-20s, youthful face, though it was hard to say, sickly pale, bearded, long blonde hair, and he looked like he had
Definitely want to cut my edges here.
expression on his face, like he was having some kind of inner turmoil, as if he was trying to
Okay.
the words of what it is.
Cute.
The thing was, Chris had actually seen this guy.
I wonder if I have blue striping tape, but it would have to be the right blue, and I don't think I have that. I know I have blue metallics.
So the guy marched in, went to the bar, ordered a beer, like he was on the clock. Down to almost.
Yeah, not the blue I'd want.
Thank you. English. Give me it up.
Oh. No striping tape in today's, Manny. We'll do a 60-second cure, and then we'll reactivate and top coat the other nails.
Once again, it was looking like sort of lost and confused. He was then finally able to formulate words, and what he said would push Chris over the edge his appearance had put him on. He said he had run away and that he needed help. He said his name was Israel, and his father, Garrett,
Okay.
and 5 of his siblings.
Oh, let me just cure the underside of my nail for 30 seconds.
Almost 10 years. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. Please, my family is probably already looking for me. That was not exactly the words Chris was expecting to come out of his mouth. So he was kind of a little bit stumped. It's not something here every day. I'll give him that. And so he was,
Oh, thanks, Michelle. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I think it was wet. Or I think my nail was wet or something. One of the two. I think it was the decal and then it got my nail wet, Michelle. Yeah. Wraps are different. I like decals I can do no problem, but wraps are definitely harder,
At first, they asked for Israel's ID. He didn't have any. They then asked for his full name. Israel Anderson was the answer. They entered his name into their database.
All right, activate.
The computer says no. The computer says nothing. Nothing is coming up. You are not listed on any register in the entire country of the Netherlands. According to our government's database of citizens of the states, you don't exist. By all accounts, he was.
There we go.
And that was the God's honest truth. Israel didn't exist. He'd been kept in that bunker, in bunkers, multiple, his entire life. And the story he told, and the story that would come out over the following weeks and months, pretty bad shit.
I feel like I gotta add something.
And before we continue,
Something in blue.
This secret family in a secret room in a secret house. Doesn't get much more secret than that. What if you two wanted to remain secret? Well, you can with today's sponsor, NordVPN. Nord ensures
Whatever.
you trace your IP address, which is computer, on your phone, and your IP address is linked to your physical location. Nord can hide your physical location by routing your IP address through some other location. Where? Wherever you want it to be. You want to be in Brazil.
All right.
You can't be.
Let's talk good.
They haven't invented television that I'm aware of. It also means that you can access content that is only available in certain locations.
Hold on, I'm trying to turn this down a little bit. All right.
Voila. NordVPN is the absolute best in the business. It's the most reliable and it's the safest. But a VPN isn't the only thing that Nord can do for you. The best of NordVPN doesn't just stop there. Nord also has incredible features like Nord's Mesh, where you can safely connect to any device in the world. Tired of remembering passwords? Get yourself a password manager. Or how about a data scanner? Or a dark web monitor.
Do any of you guys have memberships to BJ's?
And you also have Nord's threat protection that lots of various websites and apps.
Got a thing in the mail, like $20 for membership. I was just wondering, because we don't really buy in bulk. There's only 3 of us, you know.
So you can save her with a click by downloading NordVPN today. And if you use my special link, that is nordvpn.com/that chapter, you can get an exclusive deal. Get a NordVPN 2-year plan and you get 4 months extra. All right here at nordvpn.com/that chapter. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Once again, go to nordvpn.com/that chapter. Get a 2-year plan and you'll get 4 extra months. All with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring and supporting.
Okay, there we go.
Now let's get back to it. Israel was born on January 31st, 1994. The fourth child to inherit that doorstep and his wife, AJ. He was a home
Very cute. I do kind of feel like something's missing, but it's cute either way. I love the denim now. That's my favorite now. I just used all of mine, all of my light blue ones. There was enough for 3. It was like a half a sheet, you know. I thought about that, Michelle. Like blue, a couple maybe blue flowers, but I don't know if I have. Well, I'm sure I have the right shade of blue gel. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. It definitely gets frustrating, yeah. I knew I only had 3, so if I had like an unlimited supply, who knows how long I would have gone. I probably would have stopped if I didn't make it on this 3rd one, and I would have done something else, you know. Oh my god. I really got to replace my tips. I went like 2 weeks without replacing them. I did this hand yesterday, but I haven't replaced the tips on this hand. Look at my pinky. How much it's grown out. Hmm. There's some blue up in there, but I got it out. Blue dip. All right, let's wait for these to dry.
Folks, we are still in the normal part of the story. That time Agent Spears, the real agent, passed away, would enter her body and her hair and have these conversations for days in the past. Garrett was a true believer in spirits entering her body and becoming someone else for minutes or days at a time. Lex, can you tell us kind of
Whatever. Wow. These are already dry. That's that CN Designer Dips top coat too. Dries fast. Use some date night cuticle oil. Kendra, what have you been up to? She's still here. You still here? Okay, Jolene. What's what WB mean, Patty? Oh, your husband called Jolene? What's his name?
back to the Netherlands, and they lived in small towns here and there, the family growing one child at a time. The first three children, Shin, Marianne, and Edino, were sort of normal, as if they went to school.
My husband's name is Nick. I really like that name. Nicholas, Nick. I think it's a cool sounding name. I always liked it my whole life. I'm glad I married somebody with a cool name. Alrighty. For a sleeve, you guys. Off white. So I'm just gonna use my white one. Well, it's like slightly off white, but it'll work. And then get this right here. Hold on. This was one of the cheaper moissanite rings I had bought while I was waiting for my wedding ring to come in. But it'll look cute. Did I just drop it? Almost, yep. All right. I saved it. Put it on that finger and that'll work. Here is the finished mani. I know it's kind of plain, but I don't mind it. I kind of like it. Simple, you know. But I do like the ring finger. I think that looks cute. Have a little bit of white up in the top here. Maybe I can file that away. Or I'll make it more white, one or the other. There we go. That looks better. There. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here, ladies. I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up for me. Britt. Hi, Britt. Thank you, Michelle. I think it is too. Britt, I just did a Cosmic Nails mani using the Denim Diamonds and Lace collection. So that's a denim wrap on my ring finger there. But I like it. So thanks for showing up, Brittany. and all of you for being here. Hope you have a good Wednesday afternoon, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, typically my favorite day of the week. So, woohoo! I'll see you guys then. If not, talk to you before. Have a great afternoon. Love you all. Bye.